The United Kingdom is about to undergo its most significant immigration overhaul in decades. This sweeping transformation is set to redefine the way people from around the world come to live, work and study in the UK, marking a pivotal moment in the nation's approach to migration policy. From 2025, a new set of rules will reshape who can live and work here. The government is introducing a comprehensive framework that will affect not just new arrivals, but also those already residing in the country, making it essential for everyone to stay informed. The government's goal? Tighter control and a more selective system. Officials argue that these changes are necessary to address public concerns about migration levels and to ensure that the system is robust, transparent, and fit for the future. The focus is on attracting people with skills the UK economy needs most. Sectors like healthcare, engineering, and technology are being prioritised, with new criteria designed to match the country's evolving workforce demands and close critical skills gaps. These changes will impact work, student and family visas, touching businesses and families nationwide. Whether you're a student hoping to study at a UK university, a professional seeking new opportunities, or a family wishing to reunite, the new rules will shape your journey. The aim is to reduce net migration, easing pressure on public services like schools and the NHS. By managing the flow of newcomers, the government hopes to ensure that essential services remain accessible and sustainable for everyone living in the UK. For businesses and individuals, the old rulebook is gone. A new, stricter one is here. Employers will need to adapt to updated sponsorship requirements, while applicants must navigate more rigorous eligibility checks and documentation. The government claims this approach is fairer to UK workers and ensures immigration brings clear economic benefits. By prioritising local talent and carefully selecting newcomers, officials believe the new system will foster a stronger, more resilient economy. But the path to a visa is narrowing, making it tougher for many. Stricter requirements and higher thresholds mean that some who previously qualified may now find themselves excluded, leading to uncertainty and anxiety for thousands. These rules will affect care workers, international students and families hoping to build a life in the UK. The impact will be felt across communities as people adjust to new realities and reconsider their plans for the future. The government says it's about sustainability, but for many, it feels like the drawbridge is up. Critics argue that the new measures risk isolating the UK and making it less welcoming to global talent and families alike. Understanding these changes is crucial for anyone with UK ambitions. Whether you're planning to move, study or work in the UK, staying informed and seeking expert advice will be more important than ever as the new immigration landscape takes shape. The biggest headline: the UK's immigration landscape has undergone its most dramatic overhaul in years, making headlines across the country and sparking intense debate among politicians, businesses and families alike. Work visas just got much harder to get. The process is now more rigorous, with stricter checks and longer waiting times, leaving many applicants anxious about their future. The minimum salary for skilled workers has jumped to £38,700, a huge leap from previous years. This sharp increase means that many roles which once qualified for sponsorship are now out of reach for both employers and potential employees. The government says it wants only the brightest and best high earners in high-skilled jobs. The message is clear: the UK is prioritising top talent, aiming to reshape its workforce and reduce overall migration numbers. Sectors like hospitality and construction, where salaries are typically lower, are hit hardest. Many small businesses in these industries now face a shortage of staff, threatening their ability to operate smoothly. Many businesses now face a stark choice: raise wages to meet the new threshold or hire locally, even if the talent pool is limited. This is forcing employers to rethink their entire recruitment strategy. The result, a staggering 36% drop in work visas in just 1 year. Offices and work sites are feeling the impact, with empty desks and unfilled positions becoming more common. The health and social care sector is reeling, with a 77% fall in care worker visas, mainly due to new restrictions on bringing family. This has left care homes and hospitals struggling to find enough staff to meet growing demand. UK sponsors, businesses hiring from abroad, must now rethink recruitment or risk being unable to fill key roles. Many are scrambling to understand the new requirements and adjust their hiring plans. The uncertainty is forcing rapid adaptation. Teams are meeting more frequently, reviewing policies and trying to stay ahead of the changes to avoid costly mistakes. Roles that were eligible last year may no longer qualify. Job seekers are facing more rejections, and many are left wondering if their skills will ever be in demand again. Companies must understand the new rules or risk disruption. Legal teams are working overtime to ensure compliance, knowing that even a small mistake could have major consequences. The landscape has shifted overnight. What was once familiar territory for employers and migrants alike is now filled with uncertainty and new challenges. For many, the challenge is just beginning. Families and individuals arriving in the UK now face a more complex, uncertain future as they navigate a system that has changed almost beyond recognition. It's not just work visas that are being affected. Major changes are also hitting student and family immigration routes, sending shockwaves through communities across the UK and beyond. Now, most international students are no longer allowed to bring their dependents with them unless they're pursuing a PhD or other research-based postgraduate degrees. This means that for thousands of students, dreams of studying in the UK now come with the painful choice of leaving loved ones behind. Universities across the country are sounding the alarm, fearing these restrictions will make the UK far less attractive to talented students from around the world, especially when countries like Canada and Australia are actively welcoming international families. The impact is already visible. Student visa applications have dropped by 18%, raising concerns about the future of university funding, campus diversity, and the UK's global reputation as a top study destination. For families hoping to reunite, the financial bar has been raised sharply. The minimum income required to sponsor a partner has jumped to £29,000, up from £18,600 just a short time ago. This change means that many ordinary earners, nurses, teachers, and small business owners are now locked out, unable to bring their spouses or children to join them in the UK. The emotional toll is immense, with families forced to live apart for months or even years. Even after the government backed down from an even higher proposed threshold, family visa approvals have still dropped by 15%, leaving many families in limbo and dreams of reunion on hold. These aren't just statistics, they represent real people, real families, and futures that are now uncertain or put on indefinite pause. The new rules are fundamentally reshaping who gets the chance to study, work, and build a life in the UK, altering the country's social and cultural landscape in ways that will be felt for years to come. For many, the impact is deeply personal. Stories of separation, missed milestones, and opportunities lost. The debate over immigration is no longer just about economics or numbers. It's about the very fabric of people's lives, their hopes, and their sense of belonging in the UK. The numbers tell the story. Net migration has nearly halved, down to 431,000. Work visas are down 36%, student visas 18%, and care worker visas a staggering 77%. The government's crackdown is having a dramatic effect. But not all routes are shrinking. Seasonal worker visas for farm work are up 11%. The government is clamping down on long-term migration, but making exceptions for short-term labour needs. The strategy is targeted. Fewer routes to settlement, more control over who stays. Critics warn this could create a two-tier system and harm public services. The government calls it rebalancing, others see risk. The data shows a system in rapid transition. The future remains uncertain for many. The speed of these changes is unprecedented. Announced July 1st, 2025, the new rules take effect just 3 weeks later. There's no grace period. Businesses and families must adapt instantly. The government's message change is here, and it's happening now. This rapid rollout is designed to prevent a rush of last-minute applications for employers. Recruitment plans are upended overnight. For families, new income targets arrive with little warning. The Home Office hints more changes are coming before year's end. The system is in flux. Staying informed is essential. Planning for the future is now a moving target. The pace is relentless. Everyone affected must be ready to adapt fast. What's the government's big idea? A high-skill, high-wage economy. By raising the bar for overseas hires, they want businesses to invest in UK talent. The £38,700 salary threshold is meant to ensure only top experts are recruited from abroad. The focus shifts from quantity to quality, especially in tech, science, and finance. Employers are urged to train and pay local workers better. Sectors like care and hospitality warn it's not that simple. Funding and workforce shortages remain. Critics fear essential services will suffer before the UK workforce can fill the gap. The transition is ambitious and risky. Beyond work and student visas, humanitarian routes are also changing. The UK granted protection to 62,000 people last year, a 33% drop. Schemes for Ukraine, Afghanistan and Hong Kong continue, but numbers are falling. The government wants control and order, not open doors. Asylum is now mostly through official, pre-approved channels. The seasonal worker scheme is one area of flexibility. Visa numbers rose 11% to meet farm needs. The system is tightening for long-term settlement, but exceptions remain for short-term gaps. It's a balancing act. Control versus compassion, rigidity versus flexibility. The approach is controversial but consistent. The UK's welcome is now more selective than ever. For businesses, immediate action is vital. Audit your workforce and recruitment plans. Do roles meet the new salary and eligibility rules? For individuals, check the latest requirements before applying. Don't assume old advice still applies. Rules are changing fast. Professional immigration advice is more valuable than ever. Lawyers and advisors can help you avoid costly mistakes. Stay informed, monitor official updates and expert newsletters. More changes are likely. Be proactive, not reactive. Preparation is your best defense. In this new era, diligence and up-to-date knowledge are essential. The stakes are high for everyone involved. The UK's immigration system has changed drastically. Higher salary thresholds, new restrictions and falling visa numbers are the new reality. Sectors like care, hospitality and higher education face major challenges. Families are separated and the future is uncertain. The government says this is necessary shock therapy for a stronger workforce, but the human cost is real and the long-term impact is unknown. If you're affected, rely on official sources. Gov.uk is your guide. Stay prepared, stay informed, and don't rely on outdated advice. The system is tougher, more selective, and more complex than ever. Navigating it now requires vigilance and adaptability.